Hey guys, what's up? So how do you know when to increase your GLP-1 dose? How do you know when is the right time and the right symptoms and is more better in terms of weight loss? Hi, I'm Jules and welcome back to the channel. If you are new, I have lost over 50 pounds using a GLP-1 and I've been on it since September of 2022, and I've now been maintaining my goal weight of about 113 pounds for over 2 years. And today we're going to talk about a hot topic because I get and see this question from so many people trying to figure out what is the right timing and when they should increase their dose, because they don't want to increase it too quickly because you don't want to max out and have nowhere to go. And many other reasons. So let's get into it. So the starting doses for Ozempic and Wegovy is 0.25 milligrams. And the starting dose for tirzepatide or Zepbound Mounjaro is 2.5 milligrams. They're different because they are, one's a GLP-1, the other is a GLP-1 along with a GIP. And those are the starting doses that have been used in the research trials, and that is what Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk recommend in terms of where to start for either as a diabetic medication or for weight loss medication. So you're on the starting dose and all of a sudden you're wondering, well, when do I move up? Well, the recommendation is to move up about every 4 weeks. At least when I started in 2022, that was the recommendation. You just move up every 4 weeks, no matter what. That has been a little bit revised. And again, all of this in terms of dosing, you have to consult with your healthcare practitioner first. Do it as a team, talk to your healthcare practitioner and discuss everything. And then your doctor will figure out along with you the right timing on that. But it's good for you to have this knowledge just in case your healthcare practitioner isn't quite sure what the dosing strategy should be. So when you know that it's time to move up in your dose is if you have to be on your dose, you really should be on your dose for a minimum of 4 weeks. And if you have stalled out or there's no weight loss for 2 to 4 weeks, and you're not having negative effects from the medication, then that's probably a good indication that it's time to move up. Now, you should also check in with yourself in terms of your nutrition. Have you changed anything? Are you protein centric? Meaning, are you mostly focused on protein first and then, bringing in the carbohydrates and the fats after the protein? Are you getting enough water? Are you getting in activity? Is the food noise, has that started to come back? Is your appetite really increasing? Or are you getting that like head hunger? If all of those things are happening and you're not having the negative side effects, meaning it's all manageable, you're not getting really nauseous or having really bad diarrhea or constipation or anything like that, then it's probably time to have a discussion to move up in your dose. And there's nothing wrong if you hit that 4 weeks and you're like, hey, you know what? I've been doing pretty good with the weight loss, but all this food noise is coming back. I'm really, really super hungry. I know I'm trying to do all the right things. It's getting really, really hard. You know what? It's probably time for you to move up at that point. However, if you're doing really, really well on whatever that dosage is, right? Could be the starting dose or maybe you moved up already. You're doing well and you're getting weight loss and all those things are going well for you. Why would you move up? Stay low, go slow. And if you're having the weight loss, there's really no point in moving up because more medication does not mean more weight loss. I thought that at some point. I thought, well, if I'm only getting 1 pound a week and if I move up in my dosage, maybe I'll get 2 pounds a week and speed up the weight loss. That doesn't work. It just doesn't happen. So don't make that mistake that I made. Now, looking back, I never had any negative effects. So I had very mild, manageable effects, but nothing that was crazy. So I was fortunate in that regard, because if you move up too quickly, then you might get like really bad side effects. And the number one reason why people usually quit or fall off the wagon on a GLP-1 is because the negative side effects are so bad that they just feel like they can't continue on them. I mean, if you're nauseous all day long, it's gonna be kind of hard to stay on this medication if you're just not able to live your life. So really tune into yourself and make sure that you're managing those negative side effects. Also, some things that do hold people back from moving up is they think that they just should stay on a lower dose for some reason. And I've seen people stay on a lower dose for 4 months, not have any weight loss, food noise is coming back, they're really struggling, but for some reason they just think they should be staying on a lower dose and not be going up. And let me tell you, you're not getting a medal or any sort of an award for staying at a lower dose. If your body needs it, take it. This is about biology. This isn't necessarily about strict willpower. Yeah, you have to have some willpower, and you're gonna have to put some restrictions around your, what you're eating, because you need to be able to focus on getting the crappy food out of your life and the highly processed junky foods, at least to a minimum, and really focus on the majority of that being healthy, nourishing foods for your body. And that will maximize the GLP-1 usage as well, but you're not getting any sort of reward for staying low. So if you need to go up, just go up. I mean, at the time that I went on a GLP-1, it was the go up every 4 weeks. But quite honestly, I did feel fine going up every 4 weeks, and it felt right to me. And I think that if I had known that I could have stayed at a lower dose, or I should have stayed at a lower dose, in the beginning, I probably would have stayed at the lower doses maybe a little bit longer, because many people do tend to get the largest weight loss in the beginning anyway. But keep in mind, if you're not one of those people, don't fret, because there are many people who really don't see weight loss until they get to a higher dose. There are many people who will go through Zepbound and get nothing. And then all of a sudden, bam, they hit 10 milligrams and all of a sudden the weight drops off of them. So it does happen. It's just about where your body's at and what it needs. If you're like really GLP-1 deficient, you might just need a bigger GLP-1 dose to like get it going. And then the last thing, you want to also make sure that you're hydrated, because these medications, they not only suppress appetite, they do suppress your thirst. So unless you're really paying attention and then maybe even tracking, marking it down, making sure you need to make sure you get your water in. I had to start tracking to make sure I got my water in, because if I wasn't tracking, I probably wasn't drinking enough water throughout the day. I mean, you might drink a glass or two, like 8 ounces, a glass or two, which is only 16 ounces a day. And if you're not tracking, that is not enough water to be consuming during the day. So I downloaded a free app and I started tracking my water intake, coffee, and tea, because that contributes to your hydration as well. And once you become more aware, then you don't need to keep tracking all of that all the time, but it does help for the awareness. And you should be getting in at least half your body weight in ounces of water, tea, coffee. And if you're not getting in the right hydration, that also could lead to feeling hungrier, or maybe having that food noise come in, because I know myself, when I start drinking more, that it just kind of calms the whole nervous system down. It also just helps regulate your metabolism and get all the nutrients going to the right places in your body. So there's so many things that the right hydration work for, along with electrolytes. So that's part of the whole equation too. If you're not eating processed food, and hopefully you're really not, then you're really not getting in probably enough salt or electrolytes. And it's really important to get the salt and all those good electrolytes in there, the magnesium and potassium, because that helps your hydration. You could be drinking a ton of water, but if you don't have the right salt, potassium, and magnesium levels, you could get dehydrated. So that helps to keep you hydrated. So a good electrolyte, I used to use an electrolyte. I no longer use it. I don't feel that I need it anymore, but I do salt pretty liberally my foods, and I feel like that helps me. So I would recommend trying that first. And then if you need an electrolyte, go get that as well. I think that could be very helpful. So at the end of the day, deciding on going up on your dose, keep all of these points in mind and talk to your healthcare provider. It is a decision that the two of you will make together as a team. And you need to feel like your provider is on your side, that understands the medication, the dosing, and you and what you're feeling, because it's also based off of how you're feeling and what your results are and the effects and all of it together to give a really good picture. And they're going to guide you and advise you. And obviously they're the ones who are putting in the prescription for you. So you need to be able to trust them and know that they're really listening to you. So I hope this was helpful in terms of deciding when it's time to move up in your dose. And I know that's like a huge question out there. Please like the video if you found it helpful and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll always know when a new video is coming out. Can't wait to see you in my next one. Stay strong.